Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today, an old friend. I haven't seen the Tudor Heritage Advisor in years. It remains my favorite modern Tudor watch and, in my opinion, the most versatile. With a history that dates back to the original Advisor, circa 1957, it offers the everyday friendly and endlessly useful alarm complication in what was, at the time, the most complicated Tudor watch ever offered. Of course, the original modern-day Heritage Advisor bowed with a silver dial in 2011. In 2013, this black dial arrived, and then in 16, we got the cognac. For a lot of folks, the black dial with the titanium case is going to be the sweet spot. I should mention that this is actually a bimaterial watch, as the case is actually made of titanium, and the case back's made of titanium for its sonic qualities as an alarm, but then the bezel for durability is made of steel. So the watch is large, though not huge, 42 millimeters in diameter. I measure it 14 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip, 49.5 millimeters, with a 22 millimeter spacing in between the lugs. We'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. Keep in mind the strap is very new, very substantial, expensive, and stiff. You're getting the good stuff here, but it might take you a little bit of time to break it in. So I'm going to put it on my wrist. Keep in mind, I'm pulling it a lot tighter than it will appear once you've had a chance to break in the strap. So I would recommend this for a wrist my size or larger, so 16 centimeters circumference and up. You can see down the barrel, even pulling the strap tight. The lugs are not quite out over the edge of my wrist. Over the top, they're pretty much out to the edge of my wrist, but the further away you get, the more you can tell that it's a good fit proportionally for a fairly large guy. I'm about 6'1", so it's going to look just fine. And as that strap stops more or less flattening out the edge of your wrist and softens up, the watch will look even better. I wouldn't call it thick, I wouldn't call it thin. It'll fit underneath a jacket cuff, just not a tight dress shirt. Taking a look at the strap, it's high grade. We don't see a whole lot of large rectangular scale alligator leather straps from Tudor. This is actually an interesting cut that Tudor chose, because you could see that it starts with large rectangular symmetrical scales, and then it steps down to medium and then small rectangular scales. So an interesting sort of transition here. This sort of transitionary scale is not a common cut, but it's always an intriguing one when I see it, and I generally see it on high-quality straps from the best luxury brands. So Tudor is often considered to be sort of the entry level in the Rolex universe. It's impressive to see this here. It is a stuffed or bolstered strap, so there's volume in here that's borne about by putting some material in to add some volume and some beef. We have a I would describe it as a matte finish with a monotone stitch, and then we've got this edge which is folded with calfskin on the bottom. You can see no crimping, no gouging, a brand new Tudor factory strap. Here we have the Tudor Shield logo built into a single fold clasp with a clamshell lock. You can see that both internally and externally it uses these ceramic spring-loaded pin snaps so that the metal cannot wear down on the ceramic, and they will always remain snappy closures. A lot of security. I like the folding clasp here. Tudor could have cheaped out and given us a pin buckle. Instead, they give us a full folding clasp with a lock to keep it secure on our wrists. You could see the mid-1968 and earlier Tudor Rose logo on the primary crown, and then the newer Tudor post-1968 Shield logo on the dial. Of course, the watch is well preserved. You can see how sharp the break is between the satin and the polish, and you can even see the squared off ends of the lugs have no dents, no dings. They haven't been diminished by finishing. It's a well-preserved watch. The bezel features a vertical lip and then a conical one. This crown winds and sets the alarm. This crown winds and sets the watch, plus controls the quick set for the date. We have a pointer-style date. We have a power reserve indicator that indicates whether the alarm, not the watch, the alarm is wound. Then we have an on-off indicator to let you know whether the alarm is currently armed. You can see there's a little red arrow index under the hour hand. I just lined them up. See the power reserve. Note how I have that on-off function. Now, of course, I also have a hacking seconds function right here. And you can see how I can move everything in sync like this by turning back, specifically. I can keep the two indicators, the hour hand and the alarm, synchronized when I'm moving backwards. When I move forward, then the hands move independently of the alarm index. Notice I've got hacking activated right here. The date jumps. And the base caliber, which is a 2892, retains its quick set mode. So I still have hacking as well as a quick set. Now there's an on-off function for the alarm. Of course, you've got the moving power reserve, which is fun and entertaining. There is some luminescence, so let's do a lume shot. And then the watch is 100 meters water resistant, so you can absolutely take this swimming. Taking a quick look at the case back, very similar to a lot of Tudor and Rolex case backs. You've got the little knurling, which interlocks with the case back tool, but not a whole lot otherwise. And then inside we have the Tudor Power Reserve Alarm Pointer Date complication module, and under that a high-grade ETA 2892A2 with bidirectional winding, a 4 Hz beat rate, a 42-hour power reserve, hacking, and quick set. So there is a lot to love. And back when this model line debuted in 2011, that compound movement with all the complications on the top via the module and the ETA base, that was the most complicated Tudor watch ever made. And so this is still a very advanced watch by Tudor standards, and it offers a lot of features that are uncommon or not available even on high-end alarms from the likes of Vulcain and Jaeger-LeCoultre. So my favorite modern Tudor watch, it may be yours. Reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.